So, guys, as I told you, we will make a little bit of a texture for the eyes now. So, and also I decided to retopologize the body and the legs and the hands, the body and the everything by hand. Why? Because I know most of you will have difficulties retopologizing it, even if I shown you how to retopologize the head, but the hands and the body are a little bit different. They have this kind of a long things, the legs and the hands and the fingers, and the hand is kind of difficult. So I have to show you. We'll spend like 3 or more videos on it, but I will try to show you the best way to do it by hand. And of course, later we may use this, of course, what we've done by hand, or retopologize it with the, I always forget the name of this add-on, the quad remesher. Since I come from ZBrush, I know the zero mesher. Zero mesher is the same basically, because it's from the same guy. So let's do something here. The texture for the eye. Let's select the eye. Okay. First time I select the front object, which is the glasses, and the second time I click, I select the eye, and I have to disable the glasses and all about the glasses, because I want to see only the eyes. Now, the eyes, we have used just the basic sphere, UV sphere, which means this sphere has UVs. If you haven't right-clicked and made it into object, which I don't think, convert to mesh, for example, if you do that, maybe it could lose its UVs. But if you haven't done that, and probably you haven't, we would have UVs on this. Later, when we're making the texture for the head, I will show you how to make quick UVs of your character. They are not exactly super useful for games, although they could be used, but for games they have to be optimized. You have to select where your seams are, where you cut your thing and, you know, make it flat. If you know what UVs are. If you don't know, I will kind of explain. So now, to edit UVs, I always go to UV editing here on top. I don't go to Control Tab something, because we don't have even UV editing mode. So I go to UV editing here on top. And here you see the window is double. I mean, we have this, which is the normal window here, no problem, in edit mode. And here we have this window, which are the UVs. And now, since we have clicked on the eyes, we have them. If we want, we can go out of edit mode here with tab and select something else and press tab to go to edit mode on it. And when we go to edit mode, we can now make UVs. Let's make quick UVs on this head, and later we may make normal UVs. We'll see. So press A, and we see these are the UVs now. They are amazingly nothing. I mean, this is unusable. So I will click U on my keyboard, and we see this menu, which is, we can just click and wrap, of course, but nothing will happen because we don't have seams, and it cannot unwrap it. It's just one kind of a mesh. It's like you have a ball, and you want to make it flat, all the ball to be flat on the ground. You have to cut it at some point to make it flat, and you have to cut it a lot. So this is the same. I will go, press U, but select everything with A, press U, and then Smart UV Project. In Smart UV Project, I like to increase this angle limit a bit, like 80 is okay. Island margin to 0.2 is okay, and okay. And now it's kind of nice. I mean, I don't hate it. This can be used to just make a texture on it, and for our purposes, this will be perfect. No problem. We can do it. For game purposes, there are a lot of islands here, which is useless. I mean, it's not cool. This face could be only 2 islands. The back of the head and the front of the head could be stretched like this and made. So we don't need that much islands. Islands is each of one of those is an island, and there are a lot of them. You see here, just separate polygons which are islands, which is not good. So, but this is not our purpose. We go press tab, go to the eye, press tab again, and we want to do the eye. So I'll press A to select the eye, and you'll see that it's already done. And this is good. We will use it. We will use it. If you don't have this, you have to go press U and Smart UV Project and OK. And it will project it like this, which could be useful, could not be. It depends. It's okay. It can be used for texturing. But if you have it already like this, you don't have to do that. But we have it. So press A to select everything to see what my UVs are. Otherwise, if you want to see your UVs even without selecting everything, you can press this icon here, which is on the top left. It's there. No, it's there. Yeah, I'm just mistaken because the camera. It's there. There, up. Yeah. And you see it here. We can press it. And now, even if nothing is selected, we can select just UVs and stuff. And that's how we work. Most of the time I work like this. Just click it and then work. But now we have these UVs. We don't need to do anything. It's fine. Let me turn on my keys. Hopefully. Okay, now they're here. All right, now we have the UVs. Now we can go to Texture Paint. The Texture Paint is the next tab here on the top. Texture Paint. So we go to click it. Just no problem. Everything is okay. Now we can navigate to the eye itself and start our painting. I will hide this window a little bit, just move it aside. I don't need this particular window, although I can draw here and I can start drawing and nothing happens. So if this happens to you, you cannot do nothing. It just like this. You cannot help it. It's the way it is. So you cannot texture it. But if you want to texture it anyway, you are determined, you have to texture it. You have to go here on this side of your right side of the screen and go to this if it's not there, but it should be there. When you click on Texture Paint, it should take you to this, the wrench and the screwdriver. This is the first tab. Not this, not this, not this, not the first tab. And then you see here no textures. Well, if there are no textures, we cannot draw over the texture, right? So we have to probably create a new one. And how to do it? There is a plus here. Maybe from here we can add a texture. Let's click it. What do we want? Base color. Yes, base color. Not specular, not roughness, metallic, bump line. No, base color. We click it. And now we have this. We can select the resolution of our texture. In this case, 1024 will be enough. But for the face, we'll do it double. How to change the resolution here? You can click, of course, and press 248. This is double, 1024. But I don't like to do it. We can drag. No, let's go again. Base color and yes, I can select both of them together and 2048, and they both will be 2048. Just a little trick. You don't have to do it, of course. And here, make sure the color is white, kind of white. Not by default, I think is black. So be careful. Color should be white. It's not a big deal, but it just helps the things to go smoothly. If you, for example, make it black by default, the color, and press OK, the other things just leave them. Press OK, and now you will have this. Of course, since the material for the eyes and for the head are the same, we'll have this result. So here it's a little bit complicated, but this material is the same for both material. So we have to make material for the eyes. Let's try to make another one. Let's copy it and make it eyes. And hopefully it will be only for the eyes now. Hopefully. Let's see. We go to this fill, this kind of instrument here, fill, and just click on the object. And it's amazingly bad, this thing. So I will delete this material. Oh, okay. Eyes. All right. This is the material. And with this, we have to be able to fill it. But since the texture now is applied to both the eyes and the head, it will be kind of difficult. I will select the head, by the way, and I will apply this material, but the material base color will be what? Remove? Yes, okay. Now it's cool. Now we can go to our to our eyes and continue working on them. Let's try again to, this will be the color with which we will fill this. Let's try. Okay, now this is the color, but since the strength is 0.5, we have to click it a few more times to fill it exactly with white. Otherwise, it will be from black, it will become gray, and then another type of gray. If we want, of course, the strength will be at 1, which is cool and good at the same time, ghoul. So you will hear me probably say ghoul a lot, because, you know, brain. But whatever, so I'll click it again. Okay, it's okay. Now, what do we want to do? I don't know. But if the strength here is 1, then you have to be careful, because when you go to sculpting mode, the strength there of your brushes will be 1, which is not good. The strength of most of the brushes should be 0.5, so half of it, half of 1. But for now, it's good. Now I can take my pen, graphic pen, and start working here. How? We go to the brush, the first brush, and we will take what color? Some kind of a blue color. So I'll change this to some kind of a bluish color, like probably like this. A little bit darker maybe. Yes. This is the darkness slider. You can make it dark or bright. And this is how the color will be saturated or desaturated. Desaturated, saturated, desaturated, saturated, desaturated. Oh, what is this black thing there? Ah, yes. So the green colors on your screen will not be very, you will not see them very well, because I have this kind of a thing that it's cutting the greens, one kind of a filter. Let me try to deactivate it. Okay, okay, this was not a good idea. Okay, I fixed it, but be aware that those colors that you don't see here that are black are green, they are green. And you will see it in your Blender, of course, because you have Blender. So I will make it one kind of a bluish color, maybe darker in the beginning. And then I will try to make this. So you see the eye, how big is it? And how big is this iris inside the eye? So it's pretty big. It's kind of a very big. So I will make it very big. And I'll push like this. And I'll try to make it round. So I'm not sure how exactly I could be able to make it super round. With maybe I'm be able to mask first and then make it, but I prefer to make it just by hand like this. I will disable this option here, which is the strength pressure, because I don't need to determine the pressure from the tablet. In this case, I want to make it full like this. So you see, I think this is the right kind of a eye, how it will be. Maybe here we can make it a little bit like this. And if you want, of course, to delete some of the areas you don't like, you go and find out the white, or you go here, click, and oops, this is kind of a gray. We can go to flat. And we have to go to flat, by the way, to select a certain colors, which is, I don't like it, but we have to. So here, basically, we are on studio or matcap. We're working on this lighting. But if we want to kind of select the colors better, we have to go to flat. And then with S, we go over the color that we want to select and press S. We can select this one. We can even probably select, no, here we cannot. We can. No. It would be nice if we can. But whatever, we can select from our colors here. So I can select this blue, I can select this white. And then I can drag like this with the brush. And then I can select again with S. We don't have the sticky keys, the screencast keys. I called it sticky keys. So S is selecting, okay? So I'll select this color and just do this. I'm desperately trying to make it round. It's not the worst if it's not completely round, and probably it will not be completely round, obviously, but it's good to be as round as you possibly can make it. Here I made a mistake. I have to fix it. it's not good. I mean, it's not good. Really, it's not good, but it's fine. It's not good, but it's fine. It's okay. Now, what can I do? Now I have to select a lighter blue color and darker blue color on top. So why is this? This is basic eye theory. Let me just adjust it a little bit. This is basic eye theory. The eye itself, the iris, is kind of a like what? Let me draw it to you. So, if we look at the eye, the normal human eye from the side view, it's like this. So, this is your iris here. This is the this is going outward. So, you are looking this way. Okay, this is your eye itself, and those are your eyelids, eyelashes. So, this is your eye. The iris inside, this is the eyeball inside, and then if we cut it in half, we can see that it's going inward like this. See? And this part here is transparent. And this is your, you know, lens, the lens. And this, it's going inward like this. And if we look it from the front, it's like this. This is the hole, and it's going in like this. And this is the hole here, the black of the eye. Okay, now when the light is from coming from the top, like always, it will make this part here darker, and it will hit this part and it will be lighter. So most of the time the bottom of the eye is lighter and the top of the eye is darker. That's just a little theory for you. Let's just apply it here. So I'll have to disable this and go to the blue, make it much darker. Then the radius of the brush, I want it to and also the strength of the brush, I want it to be affected by the pen pressure. So I will click those little kind of buttons, the strength pressure, enable it on both, and then I will start doing this. Just on the top, I want it to be darker. Of course, I can do it like this, since this will be small. You see how big is the black area. So it will be small, but yeah, I want to do it like this. And then on the bottom, I like it to be much lighter. So we will have this and something like that. I can do it even like this. And of course we can S select and just do the colors in between, although they're not exactly super important. But here on the most bottom, I want it to be the most light. So I will select it and decrease, maybe increase the size a little bit more light, and just do a little bit lighter area there. Like this. You see? And now it looks like nothing, but we will take one complete black and we will try without this and without this. I will disable those two on the top, the pen pressure things, and I will try to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and also bigger and maybe even bigger than this. Ooh, what's happening here? Bigger. And it's not super bad. Yes, I think this could do. Of course, it could be a little bit bigger than that. Obviously, it's very thin, the blue part, on our concept. But do we want to do it exactly like the concept is the question. So if you want, you can. Now, it doesn't look like much, but we go to Matcap or Studio, whatever. Now, since we have our ice material, we can increase the specular, and the roughness should be very much down. And if we go to material view, you will see that now those eyes are looking kind of nice. Not bad. Of course, it depends on the HDR, how the eyes will look. But our HDR is our HDR, so it will look like this. Of course, if we go like, yes, okay, now we see it. But we don't have our camera and lights, so I will turn them on. It doesn't look very, very bad. I mean, it's fine. And the camera is, I mean, this light is visible on the ice, which we could probably fix, but we'll see. Yes. We may have a special light to be reflected from the ice at some point. But for now, this is how it will look on the render, by the way. It's looking fine. But, very important, I almost forgot. I always forget it, not always, but almost always forget it, and then I lose my texture. So if you don't want to lose this texture that you spent so much time making, you go again to this. You don't go out of this window at all. You go again to this, and material base color. We can rename it. I think we can rename it. Yes, we can rename it like ice. Oops. Come on. Ice. Okay, caps lock, come on. Ice, okay. And then save all images. Don't forget to press this, please, because I've lost numerous textures because of this. Just Blender is, let me say it, not politically correct. Blender is not smart enough to save this for you, which I don't know why, but you have to save all images and then it will be okay. And it probably will save your texture somewhere where your file is or whatever, but you don't care. The important thing is that you save all images and you should be fine. You should be saved. Okay? Insert keyframe, no, we don't want that. So, we go back to this, and here we don't see the ice very nicely, but we don't care because we know at the render they will be fine. This is just a preview. I will turn on the glasses, and yes, we don't even have to see through the glasses in this preview, because when we go here, we'll have this. It will look kind of cute, you know. Yes, this is the render preview here upstairs. So I will go back to my layout, and we'll have this. And the texture is not here, and we might have to go to texture in here to be able to see it. So not material, not single, not random, not object, not vertex, but texture. And if you have vertex colors, by the way, which could be useful if you're making a character for games and you want to make an ID map. This will be nice because if you have vertex colors and then you bake them in Substance Painter in your low poly, then you will be able to select much easier the different parts. But this is completely different thing, so we don't care about it that much. Now we have ice, we are happy, and in the next video we may start to do the hideous process of retopologizing the body, which I'm not a super big fan of, but I think the beginners, the people that are looking this and watching this course should kind of see those kind of things. It will be, I told you, a long process. Like for me it will take me at least an hour. For you it could take even more. For me even, I'm not sure, around between hour and 2 hours. But I think I have some techniques that will make it a little bit less frustrating. Yes, but we'll see. But it's still, you can just click here and go to quad remesh and remesh it, and it will be over. Of course, if you remesh it at 300, let's see what happens if we remesh it at 300. It will be pretty interesting. Let's go to the body and remesh it. Probably it will lose the fingers. I will be very amazed if it doesn't lose the fingers in this resolution. Oh, you still have fingers. What is happening here? It's not 3000, of course. It's now, it's not 300. It's 2000 triangles almost. But still it has fingers, which is amazing. I mean, I don't know what to say. Click this. And let's see, where is this mesh? No. Where's the body? Ah, it's here. It's here. We can even wrap the low poly. Take the low poly, which I just did. I can just take it, okay? Then go to modifiers, add a shrink wrap modifier. the modifiers is this wrench modifier properties, okay? And then select the other body and it will try to kind of make it work. Of course, we can go to the project and then you see what happens. But we have just to click negative here and it should kind of work. Kind of. It's not working very well though. Let me see it. Yeah, because it's too little poly count. Let's delete this. We don't need it. X. And let's select again this. And let's increase the poly count, the quad count to something more reasonable. And try to remesh it again. I'm just testing here, you know, it's no. Okay, now it's better here. Although the fingers are not very well. But it's fine. And this is a good remesh. If we go to viewport display on this orange square here and turn on wireframe, you will see that we have a pretty nice wires, especially around the legs. It's pretty good. And the fingers, not super nice, but they're good enough for our purposes. Absolutely good enough. Let's see everything. Just press like this. The question mark key, of course, our screen keys again are missing. But you already should know most of the things. And this is amazing retopology, by the way. I'm just blown. How can it be? I mean, this is the only retopo tool in the world that can do this. And the zero mesher in ZBrush. But it's the same, basically. So there are no other remeshes that can do such nice looking, almost looks like manual retopology. It's just like the guy has hired like 1,000 people from some low-level country and put them in one big place. And when a person clicks remesh it here, few guys were remeshing it like very quickly, so it's manual basically, but it's super quick. Yes. Okay. And when I say low-level country, I mean country with lower income. It's just like this. I don't think people are that different in different countries, but basically their income is. We can say that. For example, let me tell you. Yeah, this video is pretty long, but whatever. For example, one guy was once said in Facebook a few days ago. He said that for a 3D artist, an hour rate should be, or day rate should be around $300. And I was like, what? $300 a day? There are people in some countries, 3D artists, that are making this not a week even, and 2 weeks. Some are even making it in 1 month, $300. In my country, the day rate for a good 3D artist could be around $150, maybe $150. If you are very, very good, you can get to $250 a day. But $300 or more dollars, it's only in the most developed countries like Canada, USA, Germany, Switzerland, those kind of countries. And there, of course, the life is much more expensive than in my country there. So the things are kind of equal, but in the poorest countries, you still are not good with the money you make. But whatever. So I will delete this because we don't need it. Since I told you I want to make it by hand. And let's see where is our... This is the body good topology that we have made. And this is the normal body, okay. We will use this normal body for our purposes. But this will be in the next video. Bye for now, and thank you for watching this course. Give me a good review. No, I don't have to say that. You should know. Okay, bye for now.